Lisa Berman back from Clear Path Coaching, and I hope you had an amazing week. I'm so excited to be here with you. Thank you guys all for your responses. There were some really cool responses and comments. So I hope you had a great week and you took to heart what we talked about. So this week, I wanted to talk about bombardment. So I wanted to talk about how in our life we get hit with these petty little things that make us crazy. So here, I'm going to start with the story. And oh yeah, I was cutting up my turnip. I forgot about that. All right, so as I'm doing my chicken soup and distracted, I guess I'll have to cut this up as well. So, all right, so let me tell you what happened. So I decided to go camping with a girlfriend of mine, Christy. Hi, Christy. And we decided to go to a spot not too far from here. And I have to tell you, it was a family campground. So anything about family campgrounds, well, you got families. And so we got to hear some crying kids, which is okay, we each have. And then we got to listen to other people's music that we really didn't want to hear. But we laughed about that, and that was fun. So if you can imagine, it was beautiful. Eventually when we went hiking, which is what we decided to do, it was nice and quiet. And Christy and I took our notebooks, here we go, and we decided to walk through the forest. And what was beautiful about it is it was really quiet, and it was a really warm, beautiful day. And yet there were canopies of trees, so it cooled it down. So as we were walking through, and it was nice and quiet, and we found a log, a tree that had fallen, and we decided that we were going to do some meditation and just to commune with nature and with God. So we sit down on this log, and it's nice and quiet, and Christy is to my left, and she's, she gets her little notebook out, and she's an artist, so she's drawing, and she connects immediately. So, and then there's me. So me, it takes a little bit of time. I gotta, God, you download whatever it is, and I'm sitting there, and let me grab my stuff. So I'm sitting there, and I'm right-handed, so I have my pen in my right hand, and I have my notebook in my left, and I'm thinking, and I'm communing, and I'm okay, download, what's my business going to look like, how I'm going to connect with people, blah, blah, blah. So as I'm doing this, all of a sudden I hear buzz, 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 buzz. So I'm hearing buzzing, right? And I'm going, what's that? Well, I had a mosquito. So I'm sitting here communing with God, and I get this buzz, 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 buzz. So I'm doing one of these things, and then he goes to the other side and buzz, 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 buzz. So this is what I look like. There's Christy over here, who's writing and calm, and there are no bugs that are bothering her. And then there's Lisa over here, who's doing one of these things, because what do I get? I get the buzzing and buzzing and buzzing, and then I made a couple of notes, but that's in between doing this thing. And quite frankly, I was trying to concentrate on God, and yet I was worried about slapping Christy in the head with my book because she was pretty close to me. So with all these things going on, it's like, God, what is it that you're trying to tell me? And it was like, oh, aha, the buzzing. All those things that make us crazy. Those little itsy bitsy things that are so meaningless. If you think about it, what are you talking about? A mosquito is about this big, and yet it makes a huge, obnoxious Chinese torture noise that makes us all crazy. I don't know anybody who can stand that buzzing. It makes us bonkers. So what came down was the idea that, hey, what am I doing in life? What am I hearing? What is getting in the way of me seeing what's important? What about this obnoxious little insignificant things that I make huge, that are really very tiny? So that's what I got from that. And then when I say, okay, so here I am, what's insignificant that I'm making huge? And it was an awareness, a certain things that in my life that I make meaningful that aren't. And if you think about it next week, would I remember those things that I was thinking about today? I don't think so. If we look back and say what was insignificant that made us crazy, we wouldn't remember them. So that's what came up is for this thought for the week is what is making you buzz? What's buzzing in your head that's making you crazy that's really insignificant and unimportant? And something else that came up that I wanted to bring up was part of this when I was trying to figure out what the buzzing was. And it was like, thank God I can actually hear the buzzing. You know, everything around us, I can hear the buzzing, and I can wave the mosquito away, because if I couldn't hear it, then it would go in my ear and it would suck all of the blood right out of my ear before I even knew it. So I was like, okay, thank you God for that I can actually hear it. And then when I started to think about that, I thought, okay, I hear the buzzing, but what else do I hear? I hear the leaves rustling. I heard the wind blowing. So all of my senses, that was like, oh, you know, thank you God for giving me the ability to hear it. And, you know, to feel the bugs that are making you crazy. So it was an appreciation for what I have. So guys, a couple things this week is, one, where are the little things, insignificant things making you crazy? And it's an awareness. So even if you'll come up with something, but you don't know how to fix it, we don't need to fix it. We need to have an awareness of what it is that's insignificant, that we can just let go. It's like, oh, okay, not a problem. It's meaningless. Let's let it go and let's concentrate on the important stuff in our lives. So the challenge for this week, if you're willing, is to, determine what it is that's making you bonkers, those significant little mosquito buzzing in your life. And let me know. So if it's an awareness, and then how it just falls by the wayside. So all of you, I wanted to wish you an amazing Rosh Hashanah. It's the new year for us, and it should be happy for everybody in the world, happy and healthy, and that you should have prosperity and only good things in your life. And again, it's Lisa Berman from Clear Path Coaching. And also what I wanted to let you know is, in the next week or so, if you want to stop back, I'll let you know when I have it up. I'm going to put together a guided meditation. So you can go on to my website and download that. So I will let you know when that is up and running so that you can take a peek at that. So it's clearpathcoaching.biz. And, oh, there's a phone going. And I wish you all well. And please make notes and let me know what's coming up for you. Maybe, tag whatever it is and let us know what is insignificant that you were able to let go. And I wish you all well, and a big energetic hug. And I will talk to you next week. Same time, same place.